Today on Two in the Zoo.
We're just doing what we do at hospitals, which is watching sports. Some of you are like, how could you film this? Here she goes.
Do you feel better, Mom?
Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and check out our other YouTube channel for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Go to behindthezoo.com and hit subscribe while you're there. Here we go.
Good morning. It is surgery day. Woke up here with the kids, got them fed, and we did some cleaning, cleaned their rooms. So Mommy comes home to a clean house, and that is their babysitter right now. Miss Emily's watching them today. I know they're excited for that. So Miss Emily showed up, and we transferred all the knowledge to her that she needed. Not much. When we were actually in India, Emily and David, they're very close friends of ours, stepped up to the plate and watched our 3 boys for us. It was the first time we'd ever been away from them for that long, and it was a huge task. And to Emily's credit, it was really mostly her, and David just put up with having his schedule altered by his wife's unavailability. But yeah, Emily totally did a rockin' job, and she is awesome. She knows our kids very well and does really well with stressful situations and can adapt. It's one of her strengths, one of her many strengths. She is now getting to spend time with the kids. And now Katie gets to be there, which is kind of cool because David and Emily prayed for us through the adoption. As long as they've known us, they've been praying with us for our adoption. So it was amazing. If you go back to our and then there were 6 video, and you go to the moment that we walked in the front door, you will see Emily in the background. That's Emily. And her 2 children are there with her, and they got to be there the moment that Cadence came home because they stayed with our children while we were out of town. So our adoption, and Cadence in particular, means a lot to their family. They love us and they love Cadence. So now Emily, we wish it was under better circumstances, but Emily's getting to spend some time with Cadence and get to know Cadence today in the midst of everything that's going on. Like I said, I wish it were under better circumstances, but hey, what can you do? You just roll with the punches that life gives you sometimes. So I'm on my way to the hospital. I've got to get some gas, and then I'm going to meet Mommy, and we have a pre-operation meeting that's going to be with the doctor, and we're going to find out everything about the operation that's happening and sign some papers and things like that you have to do before operation. And yeah, then hopefully Mommy will be getting out of that hospital pretty quick. No pre-op appointment yet. I've been sitting here with Melanie for a while, and we're just doing what we do at hospitals, which is watching sports. That's it. Right now it's something on the Celtics. Celtics are looking good this season. Should be fun to watch in the playoffs, see if they can knock the Cavs out of finals contention. How are you feeling, Mel, on a scale of 1 to 10? Where's the pain at? The pain's coming back. That's not good. So they're continuing to try and keep her comfortable until this surgery can happen. It was supposed to happen in like 35 minutes to an hour from now, but we still haven't had this pre-op appointment, so we don't know how likely that is. We're not used to how things work with the OR, but just continuing to wait. Melanie, as you can imagine, is dying to go home. We were actually talking about people who have to stay in a hospital long term, like a month or so. We actually know someone who recently had to do that. We don't know how you did it. We feel, and Melanie feels it far worse, but I got to go home last night, but Melanie feels cramped here, like she just wants to see daylight, and she doesn't want to be hooked up to stuff. Absolutely. She's actually not hooked up to as much as she could be hooked up to, but it makes us totally respect people who are long-term patients, and we were praying a little bit ago for the surgery, and we actually prayed for the people in the hospital who have been here, some of them just a long time, because we know a hospital's a strange place, isn't it? Like, there was an episode of Frasier from years ago that talked about how hospitals can be so unique. People are born here, they die here, They get good news here, they get bad news here. The room directly up above you, right up there could be someone above you facing severe loss or a birth happening no more than 300 feet away from us. And it's just a lot of, I think the quote in the show was, if a hospital could talk, oh, the memories it would have. And they'd be great, wonderful, blessed memories, and then also very tearful ones. Melanie had a visitation from my dad. He came to see her this morning, and one of the pastors at our church came and saw her and prayed with her and talked to her. And it's really important. It's really important because it's tough to be here just 24 hours. We can't imagine just how much more tough it is when you're here long term. So we're waiting our turn. That's it. That's all there is to report at this time. Hopefully the kids are having fun though. I think Emily's probably doing great with them for the most part, just trying to keep their minds occupied. Still waiting. Another half hour passed. I hope this doesn't turn into like a montage of still waiting, still waiting, still waiting. You okay? You're just ready to be done, aren't you? Melanie's never had any surgery before, so it's a little scary for her. Just the uncertainty. You know how sometimes the unknown is the scariest thing? That's this is one of those situations. Just
I've never had anesthesia. Never
nope.
had any procedures, so
Yep.
like,
Yep. Oh boy. It'll go smooth though. I know it will. What's that beeping? Mel's hiding. They're coming to get her for surgery. She's having a little bit of a freak out moment, but she's gonna be fine. She's never had any surgery before, so she's making it. The nurse said, I promise you, you're making it worse in your head than it's going to be in real life. You're gonna do so great. You're gonna be in and out of it so quick. It's gonna be over very quickly, okay? I love you. Some of you are like, how could you film this? We committed ahead of time that we would film a little bit. Melanie and I have this thing we've done since we were dating. We kiss 4 times really fast. Like this, ready? No one else in the world has ever known that until now.
I'm not hooked up right now.
Nope, they unhooked her from everything. She's ready to go. So we're going to say a quick prayer. And you're going to go to pre-op. It's going to be fun, okay? I'm coming with you. I love you. That's me. So the pre-op is done, paperwork is signed, Melanie's getting ready to go in, but the pain is really coming back strong. Sorry I got cut off there, the doctor came in, but the pain is starting to come back, but they just in time gave her more medicine. It's that weird thing where you have to take the next dose before the first dose wears off because you don't want to be in pain. So they hooked it up. She's starting to receive the medicine, and they're just, we're waiting for just someone to come literally take her into the OR. You know, it'll happen any minute now. So, boy, it's a whirlwind. You go from waiting to all of a sudden you're up, and there's no slowing down of signing paperwork, answering questions, talking to doctors, and then I'm gonna have a 6.5 hour wait. It's really just less than 60 minutes, but it'll feel like 6.5 hours. She's a strong girl. It's overwhelming. She said it's overwhelming, and I was like, that's actually completely fair. It is really overwhelming, even if it's a standard procedure. You know, being poked and prodded, and you don't get to make decisions for yourself. I mean, you do, right? But still, you're being presented with things you have to do if you want to be healthy. So you kind of have an obligated decision to make. And then it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's a simple procedure or an invasive surgery. it's still just overwhelming to be in an operating room. And that's where the nerves just come in. So I've been praying, I've been rubbing her arm a lot and talking to her about nonsensical things, trying to make her laugh, keep her distracted. So they'll be here any minute to take her away. Here she goes. Oh. We vlog daily. When I said, there she goes, the lady was like, what are you talking about? I told her we daily vlog, and she was like, oh, cool, that's neat. So she's in, and now starts the longest hour. It's very likely that by now Melanie's actually already out. When they were wheeling her away, she had already had the anesthesia in her system for quite a while, the initial anesthesia. So by now she's probably doesn't even know anything, and it's gonna feel like she went to sleep and woke up 2 minutes later, and or maybe less than that. Thank you. And hopefully when she wakes up, I will be somewhere in the vicinity to say, hey, you did great. I'm gonna get some food. It's actually dinner time. That much time has passed, and it's about 4:30 right now, so I gotta get dinner quick and get back here as soon as possible. So we're about 2/3 of the way into her hour. I'm on my way to check on her, see if she's close to being out. I know she's desperate to be home. So we're gonna walk that line between, you know, the desperation to be with your children and in your own home tonight versus what is best for her in terms of her pain level, where she's actually at medically, because you don't want to come back once we go home. So we're praying for the pain to subside and be very low enough that she can go home safely and be comfortable recovering at home. We'll see. Great news, it's done, and it couldn't have gone better. The doctor said that the shockwave procedure, which actually uses sound waves, I guess, to obliterate the stone, it obliterated the stone so much that he didn't even feel the need to like leave a stint in or anything like that. He said it looks great, and he said we might be going home tonight, which is what we were hoping for. So that is an answer to prayer. Man, do we feel good about that, right? I do, and I know Melanie will be as soon as she's coherent enough to get that news. She will be so happy. So I think that's all he told me. I'm trying to remember everything the doctor told me. He and I basically spoke for 20-30 seconds. What else did he tell me? I'm just so happy that it went well. I can't think. Yeah, he said it went well. The sound waves that are an alternative to the laser procedure, they worked, so they didn't have to do the laser procedure. And that's amazing, because that's far more invasive. You know, if you can use the shock waves, that's the easiest way, and it's very minor compared to the other. He didn't have to put the stint in, so I guess that's all he told me. I feel like he told me more. Sorry, I probably look way happy compared to earlier. I'm just so happy it went well for her. I know that when she wakes up, she'll feel better than she did before. There may not be no pain, but there's gonna be far less. So it's been about 35 minutes since I heard from the doctor, and by now Melanie is in her recovery room, and she's woken up by now. I'm sure she's wondering why I haven't come back to see her, but yeah, I would if I could. They just have this buffer time where they have to make sure she's okay before she receives people into the recovery room. So any minute now, I'll get the word. I got some Excedrin migraine because I was starting to get a serious headache. So I got my bottle of water next to me. I already had dinner. I should be good for the rest of the night on food, so I can devote myself to caring for Melanie, getting her fed, making sure she's happy, and maybe, just maybe, we will get out of here soon.
Oh, there's
Fixing
Caden's got a
Dad's
picture.
little hammer.
Did dig.
The metal thing went off. I know it's weird fixing another hammer with a hammer.
What are we building, guys?
I'm going
It's like blue and
coming out. I'm going to
What's mommy having done?
She's having surgery,
She's having surgery,
but it's over, so she's coming in about 2 hours.
and she's doing well, right? So why don't you explain what you guys are doing here?
I'm taking Fred over there to school.
Fred. Fred. Sparks. Liv.
Where's Logan? Logan?
The others.
Fred, you're going to timeout.
And the others.
Sorry.
You'll catch a glimpse of his feet by the tire.
Do you feel better, Mom? We soon. I'm out.
That's wonderful.
I need to go to school.
So you got to meet Emily, huh? Their family's really close to us, and it's always whenever a new person is on our videos, I feel like if this were a TV show, that would be like being introduced to a new character. So I hope that excites you to get to meet a new character in our life. It's like when Ed Helms joined the cast of The Office in season 3. It's a new character, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's so weird. We're just filming home movies, but I don't know why sometimes, every once in a while, what we're doing feels like TV. I don't know, it's very strange. I'm still waiting, by the way, to hear that I can go back to Melanie's recovery room. It's been like an hour since I spoke with the doctor, so I think everything's all right. They're going through their procedures, post-op procedures. So, oh gosh, I want to go back there so bad. And if she's awake, I know she's dying for me to be at her bedside. So let's hope this happens really quick. I get to go see her, yay! I'm probably not going to film it because she's still coming out of anesthesia. They said she was having a little trouble coming out of the anesthesia. Just some people react to it differently. They take longer to, be coherent again, fully coherent. So I'm probably not going to video that. This is not going to be one of those viral videos of me, although that would be so funny. Oh my gosh, but I didn't get her consent ahead of time. Could you imagine, she's talking to me about the horses we own when we don't own horses. All the funny things. Who knows what that girl would say. Oh man, that would have been good. Oh gosh, that would have been good. I love my wife. Way too much to do that to her though. Okay, so I'm not gonna record this unless I get there and she's magically coherent. So you'll have to wait a little longer, so keep watching. So they're going to take her back to the same room we were in before, the observation room, and keep observing her, and if everything goes well, we'll be out of here. She's feeling well. She was able to wake up, and she's talking to me, and when I said, "Do you know who I am?" she said, "My love," and she made me cry. It's like, oh my gosh, what a cool thing to say coming out of anesthesia. My love. I felt like her Prince Charming. Anyways, so we're gonna go back down to observation. I think they're sending, what do you call them? The guys who push your bed? Orderly?
Transfers.
A transfer, an orderly. Someone's coming to push her to her room in her bed here. So, yeah. Yeah.
To be able to eat something on their clock before they discharge.
Yep. The next step is to drink water. As soon as she gets back to her room, she can have ice chips, and then they're going to convert that to water. And then soon after, as long as she does all right with that, she'll have crackers, and then on to a full meal. It's a pretty aggressive plan. You're starving. She hasn't eaten all day. What time is it? It's like
until 8. It's basically 24 hours later.
Yeah, it's past 6 o'clock and she hasn't eaten today, so she's ready to eat. Okay. I won't show her. Not till recovery. She's beautiful though. It is like 10 at night now. We haven't left yet. I keep saying, oh, anytime now. I might be living in denial, but we're still eyeing tonight for being discharged. She feels great, no pain, no dizziness. They just have a couple things they want to monitor her for and make sure of, and dot their I's, cross their T's before they sign off on her discharge. And we don't want to be like, nope, we're leaving, and force them to put us through having to sign all the waivers and stuff. We want a clean discharge too on their end. because we don't want to be unwise here. We don't want to leave when they're saying you should not leave. That wouldn't be good either. So Melanie is actually sleeping now, and I came out here in a hallway. I'm just sitting in a random little, like, it's not even a waiting room. It's just like this little niche foyer type area. And I'm editing today's video because I have nothing else to do. So I'm kind of tired. That's where we're at. Waiting to get discharged. I'm probably gonna head back to see her in about 15-20 minutes. And if everything's looking good, they will start the discharge process, and maybe the next thing you see will be Melanie in her street clothes up walking around. Oh, well, she won't be walking around, what am I saying? In a wheelchair, being wheeled out of this place, and me going in and getting the car so we can go home and see our babies and relieve Miss Emily. I think the kids are asleep right now, but I think Miss Emily's had a long day. We are out. Yes. It's 11:10 at night. They gave her the all clear. She has to get dressed. They don't even need to wheel her out or anything. They said, you've been up walking around. She's been up and down the halls walking around. And we're out of here, man. We're ready to go home, be with our babies, sleep in our own bed. I mean, I know I slept, yes, I slept in my own bed, but my wife wasn't there, and that is weird. It was just so weird to be there without her. So we are excited. We are excited to sleep together in our own bed tonight. And the kids are going to be asleep by the time we get there, but we'll probably sneak in and give them kisses on their little foreheads. So she's going to get dressed, and we're out of here. Hi.
Hi.
Ready to go home?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. So how does it feel walking?
It's painful.
Painful?
Mm-hmm.
So they said it's going to take a couple days of recovery, probably. You know, the something they told us about the sound wave treatment, whatever. I still don't know the name of it.
It's a complicated word. I don't remember.
They told us it does cause bruising, though, so she could have bruising on her back, but that's way better than the pain she was going through before, so it's all right. But she will require a couple of days of, they said, don't drive. I'll do the driving. I'll cover the laundry for sure, because she can't be bending over and picking anything up. No
I
picking.
can't even sit up right now.
Yeah, no picking up the kids or anything like that. Like, the kids can sit next to her on the couch, but no, nothing else. You can see, like, this place is dead. It's midnight almost here, and we're getting to the Mustang. We're just...
Nice plans of sleeping all day long.
Yeah. If you could sleep through the night, that would be a win. What do you say we close the video out now? Because I don't want to vlog when I get home. I got to be honest. I love you guys, but I'm ready to put this camera down. So I'm going to give you a kiss. I'm going to say thank you to you for watching. Yep. Thank you for the prayers. Absolutely. And I've been trying to pass along all the encouragement to Melanie. We've literally had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and maybe 500 or 600 people at this point that have reached out, and that is just...
It's overwhelming.
It is overwhelming. Yep, there's that word again. So thank you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.